Hi guys, I hope you all are doing well today. Today we are going to continue in our new unit. We're going to be looking at some of the vocabulary that you did for homework and just practicing using it a little bit more. So the first thing I want us to do, we're going to start with a little bit of reading. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll look at our Burlington English here a little bit. All right, let's see here. All right. All right, hopefully you can see this now. First, what I want you to do, I want you to yourself to read this first paragraph where it starts, I'm Santiago. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to read that. When you finish reading that first paragraph, go on to that second paragraph and read that also. All right, great. Once you have read those two, I want you to take a minute and answer these 4 questions. Number 1 says, when is Independence Day in Guatemala? Number 2, when is Independence Day in the Philippines? Number 3, how do people celebrate Independence Day in Guatemala? And number 4, how do people celebrate Independence Day in the Philippines? So take a minute, answer those 4 questions to see if you understood the reading. You can just write it on your own piece of paper. Okay, great. You can always pause the video if you need some more time, but we're gonna go ahead and move on and take a look at the vocabulary. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. It's just me again. So for homework, you went through that vocabulary list. You either did it on the Burlington English app or you just looked at the paper that I sent you. And you were putting the words into 4 categories. So we had places, holidays, expressions, and sports. So places, holidays, and sports are pretty common. Expressions might have been a new term for you. So an expression is just a common phrase. So a common phrase, usually 2 or 3 words that you will hear people say in normal everyday life. So let's look at some examples of these 4 categories. So on the paper that I gave you, there was an example for each of these. So let's take a look. For places, we had the Gulf of Mexico. So a place, you can see it on a map. For holidays, we had feast. So it's something you may do to celebrate a holiday. The expression here was free time. So you'll hear people talk about having free time where they do not have to work or they do not have something to do. They can do whatever they want. And for sports, we had baseball. So as you read through these, you should have been thinking to yourself what category the words fit in. So let's take a look at some examples. Right? The first word, so I'm going to show you a word and I want you to think to yourself, where does it fit? Which of these does it fit in? Okay. The first word, or the first 2 words, is festival and festive. So festival is the noun. It's something, maybe a holiday or a event would be a festival. And festive is the adjective. So you would describe an event as being festive. You could say it was a very festive day, or it's a very festive event. Okay, so this one, I've already told you, goes in the holiday category. So that would be under a holiday. Okay. What about volleyball? Okay. Think to yourself. If you want, you can write these on your own paper or just answer them out loud. Then we have the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean. Have bordered by. Bordered by. So write it down or think to yourself, and then I will give you the answer when we go through all of them. Next one is decorate. Decorate. Hockey. Hockey. And spend time. Spend time. Okay, let's go through these together. Let's see which ones and what category they fit in. So, volleyball is a sport. Volleyball is a sport. It's very common. I'm sure they play it in your home country, just like they play it here in America. The Pacific Ocean is a place. Pacific Ocean is a place. Bordered by is also a place, but let's talk about this one. If we talk about if something is bordered by, it means that the two countries or the two states are right next to each other. So they share a border. So in the United States is bordered by Canada to the north and Mexico to the south. So think about your home country. What other countries is it bordered by? What are the countries that are right next to it on all sides? Okay. So bordered by is how you describe where something is. So it is how you talk about a place. We would say the United States is bordered by Canada and Mexico. Our next word is decorate. Decorate is going to be a holiday word. So on holidays, you might decorate your house. You might put up different things to make it more beautiful. Hockey. Hockey is a sport. Oh no. So hockey is on ice. So they hit the puck and they try to score it inside the goal. It's more common up north. And in Canada, I know it's very common, but it's not as common here in Kentucky. And the last one is spend time. This one is an expression. We've talked about it before in class, and we talk about how when you say spend, a lot of times we talk about money, but we can also use it for time. So if you spend time with someone, it means that you are hanging out, you are taking the afternoon and doing things together. So a lot of times we spend time with our family, we spend time with our friends. On holidays, you might spend time with your family. All right. Now, there were a lot more words on that list, so be thinking to yourself, where did the other words go? What are some other words for places? What are some other words for holidays? What are some other words for expressions? And what are some other words for sports? Good. Write these down. Try to put at least 5 in each category just to give yourself an idea of when you would use these words. Let's do one other activity. I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to do one more vocabulary activity before I talk about your homework. All right. In this activity, we are given 3 words. So number 1 says Pacific Ocean, Guatemala, and Caribbean or Caribbean Sea. So in this, you're trying to choose which one does not belong. So we have Pacific Ocean, Guatemala, Caribbean, or Caribbean Sea. Which of those does not belong? For number 1, it's going to be Guatemala. Guatemala does not belong because it is a country, and the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea are both types of water. So for the rest of these, I'm going to read through them, and I want you to write the answer. So I want you to write it on a piece of paper and tell me why. Why doesn't it belong? Okay, so tell me which one doesn't belong and why it doesn't belong. Okay, number 2, we have baseball, building, and soccer. Which one does not belong? Okay, number 3, we have fireworks, weekend, and parade. Which one does not belong? All right, number 4, we have Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday. Which one does not belong? All right, number 5, we have town, flag, and city. Which one does not belong? And number 6, we have Mexico, Independence Day, and Belize. Okay, so just write down your answers and send them to me. That way I know that you went through this lesson today so I can see it and I can give you some feedback on that. Okay, now I want to take a minute and talk about your homework. So we've gone over some of the vocabulary, and what I want you to do is practice using that vocabulary. So you have all of these words. I want you to choose 5 of them, and I want you to write a sentence about your life, about your home country, about a holiday that you celebrate, anything. But I want you to write 1 sentence for 5 words. So choose 5 words. For each word, write 1 sentence. And I want that 1 sentence to be about your life. So if you are choosing the Pacific Ocean, I want your sentence to not just be about the Pacific Ocean, not just the Pacific Ocean is very large. I want your sentence to be about your life. So you can say, I have never been to the Pacific Ocean, or Mexico borders the Pacific Ocean. So something that is specific to you and your life. So what I want after you watch this video, I want you to send me a picture of your answers to the activities we did in the video. So the questions about which one doesn't belong, send me a picture of that so that I know you did it and I can check it. And then for homework, you're going to write 5 sentences. So choose 5 vocabulary words and write 1 sentence each about your life. If you have any questions, just let me know, and hopefully I will see you soon. All right, guys, have a good day.